So today we are going to be finding out whether or not one of the best OG rods is still good. Okay, so let's get right into it. And if you haven't figured out what rod I'm talking about even after clicking on this video, then you just aren't a real Fisker. Nah, I'm joking. But this is the no life rod we are talking about. And yes, this officially means I have no life and play Fisk all day long. Okay, but besides that, the stats of this rod are never going to be changed, I think. Again, that's just something important to know. I think these are like the permanent stats, so like I don't think they're going to get changed again. So I think that's just something to like keep noted. Okay, but the stats of this rod are lure speed 90%, luck 105%, control 0.23, which is pretty good, resilience 10%, and max kg infinite. So right off the bat, you can see that the only pretty much good things in this rod are like the control and lure speed. Besides that, the resilience is kind of mid and the luck is mid compared to like better lucky rods, but it's not actually that bad. So this rod doesn't have that bad of stats, honestly, but we got to see how actually good it does. Okay, and the description of it tells us nothing besides that we have no life, because yeah, I don't have a life apparently. And basically this does actually have a passive, and if you don't know what the passive is, it basically makes things hexed like this right here. So I don't know what the exact multiply value is for hex. I'll put it on screen though, but I don't know exactly what it is, but it shouldn't be a whole ton. Like it's probably around like 3x or something like that. So yeah, it's not going to be a whole ton for hexed, but it's definitely something, and it's more than the tentacle surge used to be. Now it's like 10x, but it used to be like 1.5x before. Okay, so the hex mutation does do something, and this rod actually has one more passive, and I'll just show you guys it. So if you go ahead and fish right here, it should take like 3 clicks. Yeah. Oh, look, I got a limit. Let's see. Look, see, it slashes right here. If you can see it, it does a slash just like this other rod called the Trident rod will do. So yes, this rod does have a passive. It has 2 passives, and I would say the better one is going to be like the slicing one, because, or the stabbing, because it's just, oh my god, I just got an actually good fish. So yeah, let's see if the slicing can come and clutch right now. Yep, it's clutching up. So I would say it's way better because it gives you progress, and it gives you like, and it stuns the fish, which makes it easier to catch in general. But yeah, this basically makes up for the 10% resilience. So this rod's resilience you can say is good too. So we have good lure speed, good control, and good resilience. So pretty much the only thing that's not that good is luck. And so what I did because of that is I made the rod divine. So yeah, it might not be the best enchant, but yeah, that's what I put. And I will tell you guys right after I catch this fish what I got from 10 hours. And I did 2 tests because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't doing anything wrong, and both of the tests were with no bait, just like, and we're just in a server, so random events can happen, so it's not gonna be most accurate data. Oh yay, we got a new fish. Okay, so I have no idea what this fish is, but yeah, basically, so what we got from the first test for 10 hours was 3.5 million. So I'll show the exact amount on screen, but basically we got around 3.5 million from our first test. And if you saw my last video, the Heaven's Rod actually got more than that. And the Heaven's Rod you can get way before level 500. Because yeah, that's the thing you need to know is this rod is free technically, but you have to spend all those hours to get this rod. So yeah, it's not realistically free, but it seems free because you get it at level 500, but you got to spend all those hours to get this rod. And yeah, it's just basically not easy to get. And for it, so it is technically free compared to the Heaven's Rod, but to get the Heaven's Rod, it's like way faster. And I like, you could probably now you can get the Heaven's Rod probably before level 200 or something like that. You can get the Heaven's Rod pretty fast. Okay, so if this rod got 3.5 million for the first test, and look, the Heaven's Rod for my first test was like around 3.9 million to 4 million, so it got a lot more. But then the second Heaven's Rod test got me around 3.5 million. Okay, but for the second test of the no life rod, I got even less. I got 3.2 million. I'll show the exact amount on screen again, but 3.2 million for this rod is not that good. And both of these were with no bait or anything. It was just random events in the server. So I could have gotten like Aurora Borealis at one point, and that could have like made the first test better. But yeah, nothing. There's just like, this is like, what's the point of this rod if it's just gonna be like worse than a rod that actually like has like more value? Like the Heaven's Rod technically is like just way better than this rod, because look, this rod you get at level 500, and it's gonna technically technically cost you more just because of the time, versus the Heaven's Rod is way cheaper just because all you need is like around 1.75 million, I think, or something like that, and then bam, you can get the Heaven's Rod. It does take some time though, because you got to climb the Northern Expedition Mountain, but besides that, it's a pretty easy rod to get. So realistically, I don't think the No Life Rod is that good anymore, but it's definitely not a bad rod, and you can still use this if you want, but I'm pretty sure it's like around equal to the Heaven's Rod or a little worse than the Heaven's Rod. Me personally, I think it's worse than the Heaven's Rod, but it's basically okay. Like the basically No Life Rod is basically the advanced rod of the depths. So if you want to put something like, for example, Quantum on this, you can do that. I only put Immortal because I'm used to high luck in the Heaven's Rod and then high resilience, so that's exactly what I did with the Kraken's Rod too. So I'm used to that stuff, so that's why I put that kind of stuff. But Immortal is probably not the best enchant, and you could get something like Quantum, so this probably could have gotten more, but it's basically an advanced Rod of the Depths. So if you want the better Rod of the Depths, then go for the No Life Rod. But the Rod of the Depths is also known for getting more XP. It's supposed to be better for XP, so that's why I'm saying it's like the advanced Rod of the Depths. So that's why I think the Heaven's Rod will probably be better for making like money, because the Heaven's Rod can just do more. So the No Life Rod might not just be that good anymore, but it's definitely not a bad rod, and you shouldn't be like just hating on it and just like not use it at all. Like I think it's a great rod if you're trying to get XP, and it makes it really easy with the slicing and the big control, but I just don't know if this is like the best option, but it's definitely a good rod. So I would recommend getting this if you can, but it might not be the best option. And you just got to remember though, these aren't the most like accurate like tests and stuff like that, so my data isn't perfect, but yeah, this is what I got. And me personally, I'm not going to use the No Life Rod a whole ton. It definitely looks super cool, but I'm just not going to use it a whole ton, because unless I want to get max level as quickly as possible, I don't feel like I need to use the No Life Rod. But this is going to be the end of my video. Subscribe to help the channel. Bye.